Hey, what's up, Dani here, and welcome to my channel and another video. Today I am here with my autumn TBR. So we're almost approaching the end of August. It's still a week to go, but since I'm going to Paris next weekend, I want to do this video now, so it's pre-filmed so I can put it out at the right time. And as you can see, this is still leftovers from my summer TBR, so I will take this over to autumn and add some more, because this is what I'm gonna do, seasonal TBRs. And let me just tell you, there is a lot of books, so I don't think I can even pile them up in one pile here, so I have to think how I'm gonna do this whole thing. So we'll see, but I'm definitely excited about all the books I have on my TBR pile, and we're gonna look at them, and then you will see what I'm gonna be reading for the next 3 months. Obviously there's always gonna be new ones added when I order something else that I'm excited for, but yeah, right now let me show you what I'm gonna read or plan to read in the next 3 months. So as always, I'm gonna do it this way, that I start with the biggest books so I can put them on the bottom of the pile and then stack it up. So, but obviously, as I said, it's gonna be more than one pile. So taking over from my last TBR, which I think I took them over for quite a while because I'm a mood reader, and yes, so I have volumes 1 to 3 of a Batman Rebirth. So I have book 1. Then I have a Batman volume book 2 and book 3, as for the last 3 TBR videos. So I think there's number 4, which is the last one, but I'm not sure, so I might have to get this as well. Then also again taking over Nightwing book 1. I'm gonna go through this quickly because I already showed them like 5 million times in the last few TBRs, so let's just carry on. Then we have book 2 and book 3. And I am still holding out for this one because I am still reading Grayson, which is also my next TBR, because I've only read volumes 1 and 2, so I still have 3, 4 and 5 on my current TBR. So, and before I finish that I cannot start with Nightwing, so let's see if this is still gonna be there for winter. Right, now let me see, this is gonna be very hard. So then, to stay with the graphic novels because size, I'm also gonna read Middle West book 1, which I've hauled last time. I have no clue what this is about, but it's about some storm that comes to town, and that storm is following this boy. So it's kind of supernatural as from what I can see. So I am definitely excited to read this first trade and see if I'm really into it, and if I am, I'm gonna buy more because it says volume 1, so I assume there's gonna be more eventually. So I'm excited to start this and see if I like it. Then also by Scott Young, this is by Scott Young, and also by Scott Young, and also hauled last time, is Bully Wars volume 1, which, as it says, is about bullies, and they want to figure out who is the biggest bully of them all, which sounds like a fun read. So I'm excited to just have some light read in between all the dark stuff. So yes, Bully Wars Volume 1, again, seeing if I like this, and if I do, I continue if there's more. And they're both Image comics, so yes. Then I'm finally gonna start the body reading Sandman with JT. So I have Volume 1, 2 and 3, and I've also got 4 and 5, but they're still for my next haul, so I have them here, but I haven't hauled them yet, so they're on a different pile. But I will be reading the first 5 volumes of Sandman, which again, I have no freaking clue what this is about, but I'm excited because I heard a lot of things about Sandman, and it's Neil Gaiman, and I think it's very famous because it's been reprinted a billion times, so I'm excited to see if I'm actually liking this as well. So yes, Sandman volumes 1 to 5, which is the first omnibus which JT has, so he had to wait until I had all the first volumes, so here we are. The spines don't even match up, but you see. Ah well, doesn't matter. Then also taking over from my summer TBR is Wild Card, which is the second book to Warcross, which I actually really freaking loved. I gave it 5 stars, Warcross. So this is the second book in the series, Duology. I don't know if there's gonna be more, it just says the sequel, so I don't know, but I'm surprised I haven't read this yet, but I hopefully get to it very soon. If not, then Christmas time. As always, the ones I'm not reading this season, I'm just gonna take over to the next one. So this is taken over from summer, so we're gonna try and read it in autumn, and if not, then in winter. Then another chunk of a book I finally want to read, and I'm very intimidated by, is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare, the second book in the Dark Artifices. The first one was Lady Midnight, which I've read like 2 years ago, and then I fell in a reading slump, so I haven't picked this up yet. But I really want to continue in the Shadowhunters universe, so I really want to get through this finally. So look at this bitch. It's like a billion pages. It's like 700 pages, and you know how I am with novels. I mean, 400 pages take me forever, so you can imagine 700 pages. It's intimidating AF, and I don't know. But hopefully after Nevernight I will finally get to this. Then a new graphic novel I want to read, which I'm really excited for, which I know I'm gonna like because everybody who has read this has loved it, so I'm sure I will too, and that is Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman. It looks very like a quick read because it's like art is like this, so not too much of a book to read, but I am so excited to read this. It's a male thing once again, because what's new? It says boy meets boy, boys become friends, boys fall in love, and that's all there is, and that's all I want to know. So yes, I can't wait to read this very soon. Then, because autumn also means Halloween, I also wanted to have a Halloween read, which I'm gonna read on Halloween, hopefully. And the only Halloweenish book I own right now is a Frankenstein by Junji Ito. So I definitely can't wait to read this, because I've been reading Junji Ito last Halloween as well, and it was a lot of fun. It's very weird and it's very different to other horror stuff, but I am really enjoying Junji Ito. He has a really great art style and story style, so I can't wait to read this, and I definitely have to pick up more work of his. because the only one I have is Gyo, so I need more, and I love this, and I will read this on Halloween, so yes, hella excited for this. Oh boy, this pile is gonna be big because the manga is not even there yet, and I have like a whole series and a half of a series. But since the manga is the smallest one, it's gonna be on top, so that's why I'm not showing them just yet. So before we get to the manga, I have 3 more books. So the first one I also plan to read this autumn is Sadie by Courtney Summers, and all I know about this is it is a thriller, and it's very triggery, and a lot of people really love this, and it says if she dies she takes the truth with her, and it's got a lot of praise from different people, and I am definitely excited to start this. I don't know what it's about. I should know because I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but I really don't remember. But all I want to know is that it's a thriller, and I think it's written in 2 different formats. It's like some part of it's just normal story, and then the other half is podcast. So I heard the audiobook is really good for this, but I'm not really an audiobook person, so I'm probably just gonna read it. But I'm excited. It's only a bit more than 300 pages, so it should be fine, and it's also great for Halloween time, so I'm probably gonna read this in October as well. So that's Sadie. Then my most anticipated read, and the one I'm gonna read first, is Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. And basically all there is it's the son of the President of the United States, which is also a woman, so kudos to that, and the Prince of England, and I think they have to pretend to be friends, but they're not really, because they don't like each other, but then there's more to it, and everyone loves this. Like literally there's nobody I've heard that hated this book, so I am so damn excited, and this is gonna be my travel book. I'm gonna take this with me to Paris, so I will read this first out of all the books I'm gonna show right now. So yes, Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, another male one, because what's new? But I am so excited. I'm not even gonna put this on the pile because what's the point? Right, and the last book I have, the last novel, is also one I hauled just recently, but I don't like need to rush with this one, but I'm still gonna add it to my TBR just in case I'm in the mood for it. And that is The Traveling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arikawa. And yes, it's a Japanese author. This is the first book by a Japanese author that I'm reading that is not manga. So I'm actually excited to see like an actual book by a Japanese person, and it's basically about a cat and her trip with her human master. And it sounds happy, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be too happy, so I don't want to know more about it. Really, I love going into books without knowing anything. So yes, but it's a book with a cat, and that's all I need to know. So here we go. Right, so now I have to rethink, because now we're gonna get to the manga, and there is a lot. This video is gonna be so long. I'm so sorry. Alright, how are we gonna do this? Alright, so obviously the first thing I'm gonna add to this pile, because I really want to continue reading this series, and that is The Promised Neverland Volume 10. Obviously I'm gonna add Volume 11 to it once I get it, obviously, because... But yeah, definitely want to continue The Promised Neverland in the next weeks because I am so hella excited to see where this is going. And do I need to say more about this? Honestly, like, read it if you haven't. I mean, it's freaking ass dope. So yeah, The Promised Neverland. I love this so much. This is so good. So good. Then I also finally want to get back into Haikyuu. So I have volume 27 all the way to 32. So I have quite a few volumes here to read, and I can't wait to continue this. I need more. Like, I haven't seen or read anything Haikyuu related in so long. I miss it so much, and I just really want to see my boys again. So Haikyuu I'm gonna read very soon again because I love it so much. I can't wait. Please, more anime. I just love it so much. This is one of the greatest series and I am just in love. Again, if I have more, I will add it to this pile, obviously. Then I also want to continue with Magi, so I have volume 12, 13, 14 and 15 here. Again, amazing series, absolutely love this. Such great fun, awesome characters, and the art is freaking dope. Like, just look at this. This is incredible. Look at the art. Look at the details in these covers. These are by far one of my favorite covers of any manga series I own. It's just so nice. And the whole art in the anime and the manga and everything is just so good, and I love it so much. So I can't wait to continue reading and watch the anime as well, because I always try to keep up with the anime with what I'm reading with the manga. So yes. Right, we're almost done. Now we're gonna go to the two biggest series I have, and that is, I want to read the entirety, the whole freaking series of Kurokos Basketball. So I've already read the first 6 omnibuses, but I'm gonna reread them because I haven't been reading them in so long. So I'm gonna reread and read the whole entire thing. So here is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 6. So this is the ones I've already read once, so this is going to be a reread. And then we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, the final volume. So this is the entirety of Kurokos Basketball. I don't think I have to say a lot about this series. It's a basketball series, and it's about, as far as I remember, there's some very prestige people who have like this kind of abilities. It's a bit more, it's not supernatural, but they have like a special ability to be very good at basketball. So yes, it's basketball. So if you love basketball, you should definitely read it. And I know like pretty much everyone who loves basketball or sports manga has read this, so I'm not gonna say any more. I had to open the window, so if it's like very noisy, it's because of that. It's really warm in here. I need to take off that hoodie. Right, and the last series I want to add to my TBR is the second half of Banana Fish. I'm finally gonna finish this series. If you watched my vlogs during what was it, June? I have read the first 10 volumes and I loved this series so much, and I couldn't continue because I had no more volumes, but now I have the whole thing, so I'm gonna continue and finish this. So I have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, and this is the final volume as it says up here. So that's the entire series. If you haven't heard me talk about this enough, it's basically a sorta male shoujo with a lot of action, and there's a lot of trigger stuff in here. It's like drug abuse and child abuse and a whole mafia of gangsters, and it's a lot. Like, if you don't like this sort of thing, you shouldn't read this, but nothing is like explicit, like they just talk about it, you don't see anything, so you don't have to worry about that. And it basically plays in America, so the characters are actually American. And then there's also these two Japanese guys, and one of them is like a young man, and the main character Ash and the Japanese guy kind of start to like each other. But yeah, if you like a male shoujo with a bit more action and not too much relationship, like it's talked about, you can see it that they like each other, but it's like not a lot of actual romantic stuff because there's too much shit going down to be romantically involved at the moment. I don't know about these volumes obviously because I haven't read them yet, so I don't know where it's going, but so far it's not too much. So if you're not really into like the whole male romance thing, you can still read this without having to worry too much about it. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to read this as well. This is not gonna go well. And yes, the last part of this video is obviously I have to finish My Hero, but that's already been on my TBR, so it's just gonna go back on it. So, and that's all there is. I'm gonna wrap up this video now because it's already too long. There's too many interruptions from my family. So I'm gonna end this here, and I'm gonna try and edit this big ass chunk. But yeah, My Hero, you know I love this and I can't wait to be up to date with it. So yes, look at this shit. How am I gonna do this? Alright, as you can see, my piles of TBR. This is ridiculous. How am I gonna do this in 3 months? Oh yeah, I forgot that one. Yes. Okay. So anyway, this is it for this video. Let me know what's on your TBR for the next weeks, months, whatever. And yes, that's all there is. And I will see you in my next video. Bye! This is why I don't like to film when people are home, because there's always someone talking. Oh boy. This is terrible.